Yeah, we're really excited about the DSP. It's been a project we've been working on for several years. And we think of it as more business transformation, as people are transacting more programmatically versus kind of the managed service insertion or business we've had in the past. We've been working a lot in the last year on the DSP. I think the first thing is, last year was a lot about infrastructure, so boring stuff but necessary stuff on infrastructure. This year we're really focused on making that DSP more user-friendly. The workflow processes are more easier to set up campaigns, to find out your insights and find your reach and audience appropriately through our platform. And the second piece is our data partnerships that we've been working on, which kind of fulfill those audience insights a little bit more. And the third is really more thinking about how do we make it easier for customers, advertisers, to actually think about our platform and actually try it out. So we've introduced this concept called Activator, which allows them to kind of try out the platform before they actually go through the negotiations, commercial negotiations of licensing our DSP.
You mentioned data partnerships. You've got a couple that are really important ones, Experian, others. Can you talk about those specifically and what they entail and what they mean for the business going forward?
Yeah, so Samsung Automated Content Recognition, or ACR data, is very much our viewership data, which we think is incredibly important, especially for all of our tune-in advertisers who are looking for demos or actually what they're watching on TV. But combine that with Experian, we actually get better precision and better reach for our advertisers to take advantage of those two data sets together. So that's a really powerful combination together.
Value seems to be really going to be a key theme this year of importance. How is Samsung Advertising kind of helping advertisers better optimize and deliver for the KPIs?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have advertisers talking to us all the time about they have to do more with less or stretch the dollar a little bit more. And so we really understand those lower funnel outcomes they're looking for. So we've introduced this concept or product called Smart Outcomes. And so Smart Outcomes are really more about how do we use our audience segments plus our AI to define those audiences and interact with them. And traditionally we've always been really good at content recommendations and user acquisition. That's something we're going to continue to do and we're focused on. But last year we focused on additional things like web optimization, app usage, gameplay. Those are things that we think are taken to the next level. And it's not just those things. We think about other things beyond just TV, but how they're actually interacting with their TV and other formats like their phone. So one of the things we're about to roll out and we're very much going to be talking about next year is what is the interaction between CTV and their mobile devices? And we think that the biggest sector for that is mobile games.
Interesting. What do you think, as this space becomes more and more programmatic, what do you think is the biggest opportunity for advertisers?
Yeah, I think the last year was all about supply path optimization. So I'm going to assume that our advertisers have got those supply path optimization strategies and tactics rolling. And the next piece is going to be about transparency of inventory. Now, we think about premium as transparent or just kind of brand safe. We want to take that and be as transparent in the marketplace as possible with our advertisers. So we obviously are sharing content ID and app ID. We also have a thing called Tizen ID, which is a non-fungible ID that we have on our TV. So we know that when we're putting our inventory out in the marketplace, no one can actually spoof that. So that's a big thing to that. But beyond that, it's more about exclusive content, right? How do you think about the content? And now we don't have carte blanche to invest in content left and right, but we do have a significant amount of money that we want to invest back into the business to provide those unique experiences to our advertisers and to our consumers so they can interact with them. So unique content is going to be a big piece of that. I think the third thing that advertisers need to think about is not just content, because content has always been a proxy for audience, but where are they actually going to find those better insights beyond that? And so that's really more about investing more in audiences beyond just content.
Lastly, everyone's using their first-party data more, especially with signal loss hitting this year. How can Samsung kind of help on that front?
Yeah, first-party audience is always going to be an advertiser's bread and butter. They have to focus on that, and how do they think about their first-party audience and interacting with them to either retain them or find new customers. But it's a little self-fulfilling. Like, how do you actually think about expanding your audience base beyond that? So when we think about that, the way to leverage that is to use our audience. And so the insights that we have on our customers, combined with our first-party data, combined with the content that we have and multiple options for them to interact with, we think is the best combination for advertisers to actually take advantage of a deterministic reach that actually is engaged with our products.